Welcome back to the Very Cheap Race Car Build. On today's episode, it's the finishing touches before this thing makes its track debut.
Now that we've got the interior finished off, all the safety gears in, window nets, seat harnesses, everything's ready to go, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It's full dash, full center console. It's the only race car I've ever sat in that's got a glove box, a center console, and a cup holder. It's even got the door pockets still in the car, which is really cool. It's a little bit strange, but it's incredibly convenient. So I can't tell you how excited I am to get the chance to drive this thing. I'm really keen to give it a go. The only work we've actually got left to get this thing ready for the track is the wheel alignment. We've just got to get the wheels pointing in the direction we want them to. We've already covered off most of the suspension setup in the coilovers when we fitted them, but it's just now that it's sitting on the ground, we can get it somewhere flat and we can get this wheel alignment sorted, and then we're straight out the racetrack.
Now that we've got the car sitting on flat, level concrete, we can finalise the ride height. A lot of the coilover setup was covered off in the coilover video when we've set the shocks up originally when they're fitted. They're the same length side to side, so our corner weighting should be pretty close, but we've had to finalise the ride height now that it's on level ground and we can actually measure it. Now the car's got all its weight in it and we know where it's going to be. So we've gone minimum ride height at the front plus about 40 millimeters at the back. This gives us a bit of rake. It'll really help with turn in to get us to the middle of the corner. We've also fitted our string lines. These are quite simple really. It's just a bit of rod either end, same length with grooves in them. We can either use fishing line or builder's string to put on the rods and then hold it tight. About the center of the rim is where we need to be. Then by measuring from the builder's string to the hub side to side, we can get the string lines parallel to the car. And then by simply measuring from the string to the front of the ring, string to the rear of the rim, we can determine the wheel alignment and we can adjust it to exactly where we need it to be. We're fortunate enough to have a set of workshop scales here, so naturally we've put the car on the scales, mainly to see what it weighs finished, but also to see the corner weights are somewhere near it. They're pretty close. With a sedan like this, we'll never get them perfect. If we wanted to get them better, we'd have to move physical components like the fuel tank and the battery to where the lighter side of the car is. With the cross weights, if we adjust weight into one corner, it will naturally migrate to the opposite corner. It'll go across the car. So we'll get to the point where we can no longer adjust it. We're just making it worse and making it heavy diagonally. Probably the front's more critical for what we're after. So when you jump on the brakes and the front comes down, you've got pretty close to even weight on both front tyres. You'll see cars that will naturally lock a right tyre or naturally lock a left tyre. Generally, it's just because that car is light on that corner. We've had a look at the weights, that's pretty close. We haven't even adjusted it from where we've put the coilovers in. We've adjusted the ride height and that's it. The weights are definitely close enough for what we need. Essentially, that's it for our very cheap race car. Now that all the wheels are pointing in the direction we want them in, this thing's track ready. All the safety gear's been fitted that we spoke about in the previous episode, and that's it. It's good to go. We can get it out on the track, give it a hiding and see what it does. But there is one thing we've got to talk about. There's probably one more thing we've got to do. One of our sales guys has nicknamed this thing Blue Doors, which it is. It's blue doors. It's probably not the prettiest car around. It's not even a tidy street car at this point. So we'll have to do something about its appearance before it gets to the racetrack. How come you're still watching? The video's finished. We're done. If you're still watching, it's because you're excited about this thing. And the next episode, I promise you, will be at the racetrack. This thing will get a thorough testing. But probably more exciting than that, we're going to show you how you can get the chance to drive this very car. We built it for driver development and we're serious about it. We want to get up and coming racers in this car and show them what it's all about. And we're going to show you how you can go about getting your backside in this car.